everyone, welcome back to a new video. And in today's video we are going to go to Dres. There are flashing lights as I said. Audio is going to be sync. This time I'll ensure, unlike last time in my previous attempt at doing the commentary which got me so furious, I have not uploaded this at the time it should have been. Anyway, this is how to go to Dres in KSP. Dres is the annual series. This item is so bad. Like, it's so overbuilt. Don't need to make this badly overbuilt thing. I first thought of doing other stuff, then went back and then decided I'll do this only with this method. This is basically a craft that I think MATLAB had used to go to Moho, and now I'm just using it here for, I think it's Dres. You know how good I am at KSP. I am every so often forgetting the names of the planets. Yeah. So this sort of idea of making a craft like this was from MATLAB. Okay, here you go. And now which has these two Mark III fuselages and then uses the Mark III and Mark I parts. Add these aerodynamic cones just for aesthetics. Add all of this whole method, just I like to put it all on the capsule. The experiment storage unit, not many people use it, but I think it's just a very good way to save time. And of course, I like saving time. Who doesn't? Clear engines. Just remember to add the solar panels, add the magnetometer boom to the top, not to the bottom. I did end up realizing the solar panel problem and then fixed it, but not with the boom, and then I lost so much science due to that, which I could have gotten. So yes. Here you go, me making the lander. It is very overbuilt for the job. You can go to basically like every biome on Dres with this thing. So yes, I have really made this as a beginner. Yeah, and now I'm just now going to add the solar panels. Add this on the top, tank, not on the bottom. Don't repeat what I did. Add solar panels, ones that can extend and retract for a reason I don't remember, and adding the fairing that covers the land. Now this is going to use orbital rendezvous. I teach you to do it with inclination, but if you want to know basic orbital rendezvous, highly recommend MATLAB's tutorial on it. It's quite nice. Or even just try learning it by yourself, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, I just gave up on that sentence. Then I'm adding some tail fins to ensure it doesn't flip out. And okay, also, now this is me rambling while basically I'm doing some stuff making it, because even at this point you should know how to make rockets in KSP, adding the Pollux boosters as well. So yeah, I'm thinking of this idea of trying this series idea that was from Legion of One, I think is his name. I'll put him in the end screen, which basically has, and also in the description, which basically is where you make two space agencies in career mode and race them for milestones. But he made one POV, which I suck at POV. I absolutely suck at it. I have zero clue what am I doing in any POV mode. So yeah, he made one like that and another one as non-POV, without at all using POV at all. And he erased both of them, and I think it was fun watching it. But I think I've been toying with the idea of how to lately. Plus, also I got this another idea which I've thought of. Wait, I have only one bottle, great, and it's very far away. This is great commentary. Also just click auto start every time you're adding a part, and instead of, because that was a mod that I'm using for my auto start, and here you go, blasting off. So I would normally reckon trying to aim for 45 degrees by the time you reach 10 kilometers. I don't remember whether I overshot or undershot. I think I may have got it. Yeah, I got it quite nice. And then try and get to the 30-degree mark by the time you reach 20 kilometers. And don't do after that how badly I did it. Yeah, detaching the LES, make it discussion group for it, so you don't. So we just turn on the LES engine and decouple it at the same time. Also, I've been toying with this other idea, because now it's just a random normal ascent. You have seen billions of those before, hopefully, or at least a few from my first few videos teaching how to do a better one, because this one sucks. This absolutely is the worst ascent you could think of. Do something, you do something better than what I did, I know. And I was too lazy to also. Wait, yeah, me drinking water there. Also too lazy to time up to the transfer window as well. There you go. And I realized my mistake for the solar panels. Move them. You can do this by just, if you also made the same mistake I made, then you can just click go to take your engineer out and click I. I'm not know about in career mode which level you have to be in for that. Okay. Something happened here. I think I was loading a quick save. Yeah. That's something happened that it went blank. I don't even check what I have done so far. So yes, I've been toying with this other idea of trying of which I have been inspired by Great channel again. Check him out. Join his Patreon, help him as well. I think which also he has this idea of a series called Curveball Complete. He also did a series called Beyond the Wormhole. Both are great. Again, watching those. So yes, that gave me an idea. If I could also, if I just make a similar do a similar idea. Also wait, interrupting myself here. And family for Dres, try and aim for a transfer window of about 90 degrees. If you drew a line from Carbon to the sun to Dres, Carbon should be 90 degrees behind Dres in that line. And the angle of the sun should be 90 degrees and Carbon behind, of course. So yes, that's your Dres transfer window. I'm going to use the O-Birth effect and do 2 bonds. The O-Birth effect says basically the closer you are to a planet, the more efficient prograde and retrograde bonds are. Like if I did the same bond from low solar orbit with the same orbit of Carbon, and if I do this bond from low Carbon orbit, the one from Carbon orbit would be more efficient. So splitting the bond at 2 means spending more time closer to a periapsis. It is also easy to master, making an inclination change here. Of course, I always get which one am I supposed to use wrong. Also, I normally make mistakes with the transfer window, which end up costing me quite a lot of delta V. So yeah, I'm just messing around with our next maneuver. I don't know why am I doing it now. I think I should do it later. So yes, those series that Borg has made called Kerbal Complete and what is it called? I again forgot. Yeah, Beyond the Wormhole. They basically have him trying to complete every single, like go to every single object in the Beyond the Wormhole being the Calibro system, and Kerbal Complete being the minor planets expansion and outer planets mod. So I've been toying with the idea of doing something similar, but also include the stock planets as well and try and make these times for each mission to be less than 20 years, since of course our Kerbals don't want to be stranded in one pod for 49 trillion years, not 49 trillion, maybe 70 for a Needion mission. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Needion. People could say it's Needon. I don't know. Yeah, you go. We are again doing this whole course correction. But yeah, this is a mess. My interplanetary transfer skills. I just normally pack extra fuel and still I ended up with like 3 kilometers per second of extra delta V. That's why in the next video you have to watch this for the next video. The transfer vehicle, the Lando we will use next time will be the exact same thing. We are going to Val next video. Yes, we are doing Val. My favorite object, if not for Dres in KSP. I think Val also has one more. I mean, Dres is the best, since of course it is the best. While Val also is quite nice, like it is this It's like the bigger brother to Minmus. Everyone shows love for Minmus, so of course it has to be good. Because now there is more mint ice cream than Minmus, even though you need lots of rocket fuel to get there. That mint ice cream joke has now gotten literally boring with everyone saying Minmus is made of mint ice cream while the KSP2 dev said it was made out of glass, and we know who is correct because the KSP2 devs did the most sus thing they could do and cancel their game. So yeah, I don't know what this has been so far. I am now doing this mid-course trajectory correction burn here. Now I'm going to cancel the maneuver node, plot another mid-course trajectory correction. Really, for me, doing 3 or 4 mid-course correction burns is better than just doing the 1 or 2. Because it really makes more sense to do it like this. So you don't have to get so precise on one burn. You can correct even 4 or 5 times. Just it costs more delta V. I mean, do something like absolutely overbuild your rockets. Yeah, I'm just messing around with the maneuver node maker. Got something. I want to get to as equatorial of an orbit as I can. And I am going to today visit the Dres Canyon, a massive canyon on Dres. Also, Dres looks way better due to the parallax mod. I should have noted that parallax continued. Yes, I have it. So yes, Dres, I'll tell one thing. I think it looks quite beautiful with parallax. I don't know why people may hate it. They think it's boring, but fine, you hate Mercury. You hate Mercury. It also is very boring for you. Then you also hate, I don't know, Ceres. You hate all the asteroid belt objects. Hate every one of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus's and Neptune's moons. I know it's Uranus, Uranus. That's a common meme, I know. I really think they have to. George was a better name for the planet than Uranus, whatever. Again, I'm not going to go into the controversy. Yeah, like I call it Uranus. That's all it matters. So yeah. Also, so basically, what my idea for a series will be. No, I don't think I should say this now. I think I should instead say what I think about the mod made by Star Crusher 96 called Kerbal Star Systems 2. I think it was a great mod if it wasn't made by Star Crusher. Because now how he has been behaving recently is really not the best. I think he now is not even allowing people to show the mod, leak it outside the Discord where you can get it. Which there is a re-upload of it. I think what should be done, and he has also been modifying the license randomly. Plus, he has also not just been modifying the license. He has also Star Crusher has also been um, stealing textures from others. Really, KSS2 has been a very, I think even worse than KSP2. If KSS2 was as a mod, even if it's free, I hate it. I absolutely hate Star Crusher nowadays. You know why. Also, in this time, we dropped our first tank. I would reckon if you care about Kessler syndrome, drop it while you are in a crash course into Dres, so it just crashes into Dres and doesn't harm the space polar bears. But they don't exist. Matt Loud, I know, he thinks they exist, but Matt is sus. Who doesn't know that? The fact that Matt is so sus. I also like clicking on the piece and putting aim camera I think it looks more funny. But see, it looks like the Kerbal is moving even though you are actually controlling the ship. Like there's multiplayer, even though we actually know what is happening. To be honest, we just struggling to get on board the capsule. And here you go, the me plotting out a circularization mode again using the Obert effect, was plotting it in two. One with a very eccentric orbit and the second with a final like circularized orbit. And here you go, back at periapsis around the gray object. So yes, I was talking about that. What is about the KSS2? I think at this point I really like KSS2 until I realized about this. It should not be leaked at this license, which has made me think so. Um, if he can do modify the license of his own mod, I think what I could do is similar. If he can just modify that, like few licenses that exist there, then why can't the other people go back, keep make another version of it, and only edit the license file and say that now I will I do it. That makes so much sense. So even get taking revenge on Star Crusher 96 for troubling the whole world. I think so now at this point, Star Crusher 96 is like a and KSS2 is like a KSP2. He has removed Galaxies Unbound. Got the bad props to that person who actually made a re-upload of it. So at least I that was one of my favorite mods, Galaxies Unbound. I just don't use it because of this reason. Now at this point, so I would. So what mod would I recommend? Oh yeah, I'm just landing in the Dress Canyon. This poetry has been a total mess. I would probably recommend you use for your Interstellar mod Kerbal Infinity because it's a really nice mod. Just it's still in beta. Or not add. I mean, or kick below. Or there's a third option, which is the light levels mod, the low light level, high light level, those ones because they are quite nice. Okay, be realizing that I have to retract these solar panels. That's why I use those retractable ones. So those ones can retract, other ones cannot. And here you go, me walking Bob on the surface of Dres. So yeah, if I would really make, I think I'll make a video of how to make your KSP look as good and be as good as mine. And here you go, us planting the Iron Aerospace flag. I accidentally made it AYANNH Aerospace and not Iron. I made it. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I made some typo while making it. I think I should have just used my other Ion Aerospace logo for my Kerbal Space Systems channel. That channel, I think I got a proper use for it. Okay, of course, me trying to find any of the scannable surface features. Of course, I don't get those not scannable, the ones that Kerbals can collect. I first thought of bringing a rover, but I was like, no, I don't think so. That is going to be a good idea. I think that was a bit foolish of me. Now here you go, me using my Kerbal jetpack to try and find another one. Okay, me going down back to the lander first. Looks like I don't know what am I doing here currently. Oh yeah, so I can restore the science June. Oh, I've got a bird. Made him board the lander. I don't know what I was doing. It was more than like 2 or 3 weeks back. So yeah. So let's go back into Ramble Land, shouldn't we? So another thing I've got as a plan for a series is maybe something where I will just try speedrun KSP. My speedrun KSP is try and complete the entire track tree as many as in as less missions as I can. But lots of the speedruns was I think I don't have the skill for it. Yeah, of course, load a quick save. We are never going to let our Gorbals die, of course. So yeah, but speedrun and not of Gorbals. I think that is way too easy for a pro like me. Also, I'll tell fun fact. This was my first ever time going to Dres KSP. I just bet I have good enough for KSP that I can even go to Dres without and make it as a tutorial without ever going there before. But still, I think it's so easy that I think everything that I have done so far paid off while landing. And I knew this is just half of the way. Like, you know about the, like, quote that when you have only climbed the mountain once you have come back, and coming back is another thing that you have to care of. Like, people will most, and that's why I got another series, that this is now what the series is going to be. The speedrunning KSP now, there's another one I plan to just rescuing Kerbals and that are stranded on random planets that I find on Reddit, like on the KSP subreddit, of course, like how Matlab's blunderboards are. So yeah, we just doing some stuff. Yeah. So like Matlab's blunderboards, I think so. I can do that, but so speedrunning KSP, it's common, is too easy. Why not speedrun it from Eve? I know somebody. So my first plan would be get all the rover parts and then drive around planet Eve. After you finish that driving around Eve challenge, then after driving around Eve, I don't know what I'll do next if I don't get enough science. Then probably go to Gilly on the next mission. So after like 3 or 4 missions, go to Gilly, land on Gilly, come back, and then I think the tech tree should be over that quickly. IDA, what am I supposed to do with that? Maybe not from Eve, because I think Eve is a bit too hard. Maybe, or I could do another thing. Get as much science as I can in the first launch on KSP. Of course, that would probably mean something like a month flyby. I don't know what is my next video going to be. Probably the Val tutorial or my first video of my series inspired by Kerbal Complete, where I go to 433 EDAS. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, from the Minor Planets mod, Minor Planets expansion mod. So here you go. Here's how you can do orbital rendezvous. I will now show after I quickly do all my science. So okay, now I'll explain it. You wait for your orbit, like you to be underneath your target's orbit, burn in some random dumb direction, and then just burn till you have your ascending node as close as you can get it. Then as soon as you have it like that, just point prograde and do and all that. Because then you have got your good. That's my intercept technique. It's absolutely dumb. Don't do it. Do something more smart, but sometimes I have to just feel lazy, and that's what I'm showing there. The other technique people use is wait for it to be over them and then set it as a target, which also and then just point to wherever the target indicator is, which is another technique I actually like quite a lot. But this is better. Just match your orbit after that, and then just wait till you. And these are the flashing lights. So wait till you get close to the target, burn towards it after burning. Yeah, burn towards it. Then wait till you get to your closest approach to the target, burn retro relative to it, burn towards it again, and then point, like you can see here, burn retro here a bit. Yeah, burn towards it. That was what is closest approach at that point. And I actually will tell one thing. Docking is something that normally lots of people think is hard. I don't think it's hard if you use the loud lazy method of docking, which I've just explained it to you. And dock. I don't even use the loud lazy method of docking. I just realized that is how easy it is. Just normally you can just control from both shifts from the docking port, point those towards each other, and then burn the engines on one after your relative velocity is 0 and you're quite close. Yeah, I forgot to take the science. This of course was nice. And then I'm having to redock, and then that thing I just hit it too hard and it was spinning now. So yes. This has been the worst docking I've ever done due to me not having RCS probably. So yes, sometimes docking can still be good. Oh yeah, for me to put all the fuel in this. That was what it was. And then I should have put all the liquid fuel in one tank. I think that is why I had put it back. KDKY. Again, I don't remember this commentary has been a mess, hasn't it? And now, don't use the stock thing. Now I'm using the stock alarm clock. Do not use it. It sucks. It gives pathetic pathetic transfer windows, just eyeball it. But with the same transfer window to go to Dres, you can use to come back to Corbin. Yeah, get flashing lights. This is why I said that. Don't you agree? Dres looks beautiful with parallax installed. Now I'm adding a maneuver. Quite a rubbish maneuver, but still a maneuver. Node. Here you go. And burning prograde, retrograde relative to the sun prograde. Like you see what I mean? Like he just and they are just messing around with the maneuver not maker doing. I have way too much fuel. Okay, I may have been wrong. I did not have 3000 meters per second spare. I used all of it in an absolutely stupid way. Don't do it like this. Do it properly. I would highly recommend you to this. Sucks absolutely. And as you can see, we are not going to use the Obot effect this time. We'll do it all in one burn. As you can see, you're leaving Dres behind. Probably I will not go to it in like maybe 4 5 months of my life. Like you know. So these goblins can come back to Corbin. So yes, as you can see, we are leaving Dres behind. I really like how like KSP's visual style is. It's just quite nice. I do not know whether I actually had a good intercept, but now I'm performing one orbit around the sun till periapsis and then getting it. I'm not sure whether I actually made that mistake. No, I did not. I think so. Yeah, no. Let us see if my height starts increasing over time. No, it doesn't. It doesn't coming back down. So it should have given me an intercept. The stock alarm clock. Never use it. Can't get a mod like Kerbal alarm clock or something like that. Yeah, this commentary has been sucked so far, but still just stick with it till the end. It's going to be good over time. And yeah, now at this point, this is not a beginner's mission, I feel like. So if you're an absolute beginner, don't do this. First, do a few daily missions, maybe even a Duna mission, but I think Duna is even harder than Dres. That I once tried to do a tutorial and then realized I forgot to add fins to my craft, which was supposed to ascend, and then like, stuff happened. There you go. And here you now I'm going to perform a small correction mode. Warp till my whatever you call it. My encounter, yeah, it's encounter. I'm really this has been not the best at all. My commentary should be better than this. I think now I will start caring about my commentaries and then know what I'm actually trying to speak here. Also, I got in the word Firefly, I think so, in this one. As you can see, we have regained the connection with the Kerbal Space Center. We're burning a bit. And now I think I'll burn all my fuel retrograde. So these Kerbals does not go through 49 billion Gs. And at 230 to 20 kilometers, we are 220 kilometers, that stage is separated, and there it goes burning up in the atmosphere as this thing works. And I think I landed in the Badlands, or no, this was in the deserts. The next mission I landed in the Badlands, but I think I got some cheeky science at the end. So yeah, for the thumbnail I really don't know how will I make it this time still. Yeah, I still am going to do some cheeky science since I can. Can you report? Just save it as Dres done. This mission was this video was a bit late, but still it worked out. We get about 2000. We get some science. I unlock a few nodes until I run out of science. This was not the most exciting for science mission, but this just taught you lots of new techniques which we will mainly use for our mission to Val next episode. I don't know how big the video is. It's about I don't know whether I'll even finish this commentary. So yeah, let me just see when I see the end part, and then I'll quickly say bye to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more, and bye.